everybody, my name is Macro and here is 50 tips for improving in competitive Overwatch. Now, I may not be a top 500 player, but I've been in Masters in both PC and console, which according to Blizzard means that I'm in the top 3% of players, so 97% of players can still learn a thing or two from a pleb like me. Enjoy. Before going into competitive, it's important that you warm up. Go into quick play, arcade, or the training ground and just practice some of the characters you have, practice your aim, and then go into competitive. Join voice chat immediately at the beginning of the game so you can find out which character would be the best fit for your team. Feel free to check your teammates' stats. Perhaps you're picking a character that they're actually really good with, so it'd be best if you give them that character and you flex. What I mean by flexing means that you're not only good with one character, but you're good with multiple characters with different roles. So you have to be good with a DPS character, you have to be good with a tank character, and you should be good with a support character. It's important for you to know that the only common denominator in all of your games is you. So stop blaming your f***ing teammates all the time and just start improving your gameplay. Gold medals do not matter whatsoever. The only thing that matters is that you win or you lose. So if a character pick that you choose is not optimal, switch. But I have all the gold medals. Shut up. Just switch and help your team win. When teaming up with other players, I recommend dual stacking or triple stacking with a healer and a DPS and a tank. If you're going to 6-stack, make sure that you guys have trained very well together because you're going to play against other well-trained 6-stacks. When it looks like you lost a point, make sure that you switch to stall characters like Mei, Diva, Winston, and Tracer. What these characters allow for you to do is stall out the point until overtime, or in some cases, you can actually end up coming back and winning. Focus down key targets like Mercy or like a very charged Zarya, because if these characters die, then you can win the team fight. Although it may look like you're going to lose the point and all your teammates are dead, if there's enough time for a regroup, go ahead and regroup for one last push, and hopefully you can take it back. Know who your counters are for your character. For example, Reaper counters Winston, so whenever I see a Reaper, I work around him or I switch. It's also important to counter your enemy team. If there is a problematic Pharah, you should probably switch to McCree. There's this thing called dodging, which means leaving a game because you don't want to play with a certain player or a certain person on the team. Don't dodge. You're better than that. You're going to get banned if you keep doing that as well. Don't dodge. If it wasn't obvious, be nice to your teammates for God's sakes. Be nice in the chat in general. Be nice to your enemies because you never know if they're going to end up being on your team in the next game. Make important callouts about enemy cooldowns like their hog has no hook or Tracer has no recall. Also, make important callouts when your cooldowns are ready, like I have a Zarya bubble for you, or speed boost is ready. You can call out when enemies are low, like this Genji here, by saying that the enemy is lit. It's a very common term in Overwatch, I'm not making this up. Make sure to tell your teammates when your ultimate is ready. It's important that they know like a big ult like Zarya's grab is ready. Here I mess up my Reinhardt ult, but after this, our teammate uses Pharah ult, and then we use Soldier ult. Coordinate when you have ults so you don't waste that many ults. Do not overextend because your death could be the one death that they need to push and then you'll lose the point. Nobody's perfect, sometimes you lose. And when you do, just keep a positive attitude. If you're already tilted, meaning that you're really angry, it's a good time for you to just take a break from the game. Don't play when you're tilted, it's only going to make things worse. When you're pretty much out of time, having one character just touch the objective will make overtime happen. So it's important for you to switch to faster characters during overtime to make sure that you can touch the objective. Otherwise, it's over. Stop reporting people for stupid shit. I'm tired of it.
Can we all report Dot? Yeah.
Overwatch is full of these people called one-tricks, which means that they only play one character. Don't be a one-trick. Try your best to be as flexible as possible. However, just because somebody is a one-trick, it does not necessarily mean that they're bad. It is bad though if there are multiple people that are only good with one character on the same team. That's what you want to avoid. Following the pro scene can help you understand which characters are viable and which are not. However, you are not a pro, so play what you are the best with and flex when you need to. But if you have 1,000 plus hours on a character and you still are not climbing in rank, consider maining a new character. Just because your team composition looks weird, it doesn't mean that you're going to lose immediately. Just work with what you have. So just because somebody picks an off-meta pick, it doesn't mean that they're throwing the game. Just sometimes give them a chance. And if it's not working out, be polite when you ask them to switch. People that you're rude to tend to not want to switch. Make sure to call out enemy flankers. You don't want your team to be caught off guard. Protect your f***ing healers! Do not be overly reliant on healers. Health packs exist. Know where the health packs are. On King of the Hill maps, sometimes it's better to stall it out and try to get as much percentage as possible. Sometimes when you do stall out something using one ultimate, you can bait out multiple ultimates. So here I bait out Zenyatta's ultimate, Mercy's ultimate, and Zarya's ultimate for one ultimate. Have better positioning. This means on defense you know where to set up with your teammates, and on offense you know which way is the best way for you to attack. Be cautious of areas where you can fall off. Lucio, Pharah, and Roadhog love those places. Make sure somebody is playing the objective. You don't want to end up losing because someone is not touching the point. Look up C9 if you want to know what I'm talking about. If you're gonna emote, make sure that you're safe first. Melee. You'd be surprised how many people still don't melee. Keep up with developer updates so you can know when your character has gotten buffed or if your character has gotten nerfed. You should know the ins and outs of all maps on this game. If you don't, create a custom game in that map and learn it. Adjust your sensitivity accordingly. I think Skyline has a really good video on showing you how to do that. But basically, it shouldn't be too fast and it shouldn't be too slow, but the right perfect sensitivity for you. And my last tip, subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitch because I'll be making plenty more of these tip videos. I've been your host, Macro, signing out.